day friends, how are you all? Hope you all are enjoying your summer vacations, but don't forget to studies. Are you getting? Fine. Now today we are going to discuss about the most important topic of physics, that is nothing but relative velocities. What's that? Relative velocities. Now why we call a relative velocity? Because let's suppose when two bodies are there and out of those two bodies, if any one of those two bodies moves, right, means let's understand it with a live example. Let's suppose these are the two bodies, right? Now let's suppose this body is stationary and this body is moving like this. Is the point clear? So this body is moving. So what can we say about both the two bodies is this body is changing its position with respect to this body, right? This body is changing its position with respect to this body. Are you getting? Like this? Or else we can say the same thing, that this body is also changing its position with respect to this body. However, this particular body is at rest with respect to the ground, right? So relative motion is basically between two bodies. At least there must be two bodies, only then we can talk about their relative motions, right? Now let's suppose both the two bodies move in this way, so of course they are changing its position with respect to each other, right? So here comes the concept of relative velocities, right? Now the concept is relative velocity. It arises when two bodies change their positions with respect to each other. Now look at here, this is a position A, right, where there is a man number 1 who is at rest with respect to ground, correct? And there is another man 2 which is running with his velocity of v as shown in the diagram, right? Means हम क्या कह सकते हैं कि ये मैन, ये पर्सन जो है ये स्थिर है ग्राउंड के रेस्पेक्ट में, right? Because we assume that ground is not moving, right? And we are in an inertial frame of reference, right? So this person is stationary, means this person is at rest with respect to ground. But this person, person number 2 or man number 2 is moving with a velocity v with respect to ground, right? So the concept says that initially, let's suppose at position A we have started calculating and observing both the two persons. So velocity of man 2 with respect to man 1 is defined as v2 with respect to 1 is equal to v2 with respect to ground minus v1 with respect to ground. Now what does it mean? Means here we are representing the relative velocity of man 2 with respect to man 1. So that we are denoting it with v2 oblique 1, right? अब देखिए मैन 2 और मैन 1 के बीच के मोशन को हम स्टडी कर रहे हैं, सो देयरफॉर दिस इज अ रिलेटिव मोशन, राइट? अब जब हमें रिलेटिव मोशन की बात करते हैं तो हम हमेशा एक ऐसा रेफरेंस लेते हैं जो मूव नहीं कर रहा है, राइट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल जैसे ये एक स्टेशनरी पॉइंट है, यहाँ का इसका टिप जो है वो एक स्टेशनरी पॉइंट है और स्टार्टिंग में दिस पर्टिकुलर बॉडी इज एट दिस पोजीशन, ये अभी इस पोजीशन पे है, ठीक है? सो ये पर्टिकुलर टाइम को हम टाइम t इज इक्वल टू 0 इनिशियल पॉइंट या स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट कह सकते हैं. अब थोड़ी देर बाद ये बॉडी यहाँ पहुंच गई, राइट? मींस आफ्टर sometime the body changes its position, right? तो अब इसकी पोजीशन चेंज हो गई। नाउ हम क्यों ऐसा बता पाए? क्योंकि हमने एक फिक्स पॉइंट लिया हुआ था जो चेंज नहीं हो रहा है, राइट? अब अगर ये पॉइंट भी अगर मूव करने लग जाए और हम कुछ ऐसा मेंटेन कर लें कि इसके और इसके बीच की जो डिस्टेंस है वो बराबर हो जाए, तब हम ये नहीं कह पाएंगे कि ये बॉडी मूव कर रही है या नहीं कर रही है, राइट? सो व्हेन वी हैव टू डील विद द प्रॉब्लम्स बेस्ड ऑन रिलेटिव मोशन or relative velocities, so we need to choose a reference point or a reference body which is not moving, correct? So generally we consider the ground as stationary and which is not moving. Is the point clear? So ground doesn't move for our common understanding and we assume it. Is the point clear? Means let's suppose if the car moves with certain velocity like 100 km per hour, so ये जो 100 km per hour है ये क्या है? ये ground यानी road के respect में है, right? The speedometer shows you the speed of the moving car as 100 km per hour, means this 100 km per hour is with respect to the stationary road, correct? This point is clear? Keep this concept in your brain so that you may have at ease to understand the concepts of relative velocities, right? Now, अब देखिए, again let's conclude and let's understand velocity of man 2 with respect to velocity of man 1 is given as by considering ground as the reference, right? अब हमें सेकेंड मैन का फर्स्ट मैन के रेस्पेक्ट में रिलेटिव वेलोसिटी अगर निकालनी है तो हमें ग्राउंड को एज अ रेफरेंस मानना पड़ेगा। तो दोनों की वेलोसिटीज ग्राउंड के रेस्पेक्ट में क्या है हम उसे सब्ट्रैक्ट करेंगे।